long time, I just stalked everybody I saw on Facebook, on LinkedIn, anybody that I felt was onto something. I stalked them, I DM'd them. At some point, I had thousands of people, my friends on Facebook, just because I connected with everybody. And I connected with them and I just asked stuff. I asked them questions. Some replied, some didn't, but that worked out really well. When you see somebody making it, it's almost never an overnight success, right? So I've been trying to do something for probably about 8 years. It hasn't been working out. But when I say it hasn't been working out, it hasn't made money or provided me the original goal that I had. But at the same time, it has worked out because I've learned all of the things that don't work. It's given me a lot of experience. And I think when you think of success, it's not necessarily the success, it's the failures that teach you what doesn't work, how do you build the experience. And so all of these things that I've tried and I've learned them by doing and by talking to people.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Relentless Goal Achievers podcast. Thank you guys for sticking with me through this transformation. It's very, very exciting. And if you're not in the Facebook community yet, get your butt over there now. Relentless Goal Achievers community. Would love to meet you, would love to chat with you. And we had a ton of value there. All right, without any further ado, my guest today is from the future. Okay, so if you're on the East Coast, she's already in tomorrow because she's coming in hot from Australia. Liz Carter is the CEO of Grow AI. It's an Australian-based chatbot agency. And check this out, they specialize in helping online businesses drive more sales through chatbots. Now, me personally, I have no idea what a chatbot is. And some of you probably don't either, but we're gonna find out today. Now, Liz's achievement have captured the attention of some pretty big magazines like Entrepreneur, Inc. magazine, and Fast Company, who said, this is what they said, not me, what she's building is the future of the digital sales space. Now, I'm the sales guy, and I want to understand what is the future of digital selling. So, Liz, welcome to the show.
Hey, Eric, excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, okay. So first, I always want to understand who we're talking to. So Liz, you made quite a journey from Romania to Australia. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself, how you started out there and what made you want to move?
Yeah, I mean, probably eight to 9 years ago, I was in Romania. So I'm Romanian. I have an accent, can't get rid of it. I wanted more. I wanted more of everything. I wanted more from a society. I wanted a better future for my daughter. I wanted to just do more, meet better people, and experience more. And so I got this idea of immigrating to Australia, which wasn't easy. It took about a couple of years to get the visa. But then eventually I came here. And well, to be honest, to this point, I have not went back to Romania yet. I don't want to go and visit my dad and my brother, but I haven't gone back. I live on the beach. It's amazing. It took me a few attempts to build an online business because when I left, that's what I wanted to do. I had a few attempts in the beginning. I was running an online fitness business. That didn't work out. Then I tried an e-commerce shop, print on demand, affiliate marketing. I tried everything pretty much. None of them worked out. And so I dropped that for a hot sec. I got a job in the Microsoft space for about a year. I didn't like it. I mean, it was good, but I didn't see it going anywhere. And so I liked the challenge. I quit my job, opened the chatbot agency, and that's what I do now. I learned a lot. It was a long journey, but I've kind of nailed something now. So I'm scaling it to the moon.
Okay, this is freaking awesome. All right, so we are on the Relentless Goal Achievers podcast, and you're talking to entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, like business owners, right? People who take chances, right? If you're listening to this, you're probably either leading a team, you're leading a company, you're at a job that you hate, but got a side hustle that you want to transition to full time. You're probably in one of those roles if you're checking me out. What I love about what you said is I started an online fitness business that didn't work out. I started, affiliate marketing. What was the other one? The fulfilled by
demand. Yeah.
Fulfillment on demand. That didn't work out. What were the, like, how do you get your ideas and then how do you take action on those?
I think for a long time, I've stopped doing that now because I know I'm onto something and I have something in my hands. But for a long time, I just stalked everybody I saw on Facebook, on LinkedIn, anybody that I felt was onto something. I stalked them, I DM'd them. At some point, I had thousands of people, my friends on Facebook, just because I connected with everybody. And I connected with them and I just asked stuff. I asked them questions. Some replied, some didn't, but that worked out really well because, when you see somebody making it, it's almost never an overnight success, right? So I've been trying to do something for probably about 8 years and it hasn't been working out. But when I say it hasn't been working out, it hasn't made money or provided me with the original goal that I had. But at the same time, it has worked out because I've learned all of the things that don't work. So it's given me a lot of experience. And I think that's when you think of success, it's not necessarily the success, it's the failures that teach you what doesn't work. How do you build the experience? And so all of these things that I've tried and I've learned them by doing and by talking to people. And probably about 3 years ago, when I started this agency and I started making some money out of it, I started paying people for their time. And so whoever was willing to get on a Zoom call with me like that, and I could afford their fees, I paid them. And I think at some point, the most ridiculous amount of money that I paid was $1,800 for 1 hour of somebody's time to get on a call with me and teach them what they knew. And it was worth it. I know it sounds crazy, but that's how I learned. I just transferred information from others to me. Most of the good information that I transferred, I had to pay for. There wouldn't be me here where I am today without that piece, without doing that.
I love it. But let's take you back. You're in Romania. Why did you have an idea for online fitness? Like, how did you get that idea?
That comes down to my personal experience and my personal struggle. So I wasn't always fit. As a woman, I want to look good. I want to be attractive. And I wasn't. And I just couldn't figure out what am I doing wrong? Because for the majority of my teenage years and my early 20s, I've always done a lot of sports. But I never figured out that it was the food. I was actually messing up everything. And so I started educating myself. I went through a few different phases. I was a raw vegan for 3 years. That was a crazy adventure. Eventually, I landed on calorie counting. I'm like, hold on a second. There's something here. And then I realized that I was listening to all of these fitness gurus. There was nothing in it. Like fast, intermittent fasting, do whatever. Everything came down to how much you ate versus how much you consume. And so I started educating myself. I went on and I studied nutrition for 1 year. I studied personal training as well. And then I loved it. And to me, that was the obvious answer. Like if I'm going to go to a different country and then I can potentially not exercise what I studied, in uni, which is accounting, I started doing that. And it worked. Let's say it worked for a while. I probably broke even. I ran it for 2 years. Whatever I put in Facebook ads, I made back, which I see that as an achievement right now.
Yeah, that is a great achievement. Okay, cool. So then why did you stop that? Why didn't you just double down and keep going?
Well, first of all, I never managed to make it profitable. Secondly, it was not me. I had to be on, I had to create content every day. It was just, I didn't see me doing that on the long term. I struggled to do it every day. And I don't think I was too good of a coach either, if I'm being very honest.
I love your honesty. Hey, let me ask you something. Do you think it was imposter syndrome? Like when it came to creating content, did you struggle with who am I to be doing this?
Honestly, I have imposter syndrome right now every morning. Like literally, I wake up and I have the results and I'm doing some pretty crazy stuff, but I still have the imposter syndrome. So obviously I had it back then. Now I'm fully aware of what's happening. Back then, it would have been imposter syndrome as well. At the same time, like I said, I wasn't too good of a coach, because to me, weight loss is like, it's common sense, just eat less. And then I was coaching all of these women who were coming to my Facebook group, because that's how it worked. Like, you know how it works. And then I messed up. I did this. I did this. I did like, I mean, you know what you have to do. Just go do it.
Yeah.
So I don't think I was, I had what it takes. I don't have what it takes to be a good coach.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe lacking some empathy pieces there, but.
Well, you are a go-getter, right? I specialize in personality assessments, and I can see right now, like behind me, you see these 4 birds up there. There's an owl, an eagle, there's a dove, and a parrot. That stands for 4 different personality styles.
Okay.
You seem like an eagle. Like eagles are, they see it, they set it, they go get it.
That's it.
If it fails, they see something else, they go get that, and there's no stopping them. Like if you say, I'm going to start counting calories, you just start counting calories. There's nothing to it, right? My wife is very similar to that. But like once she sets her mind to something, boom. But like the women that you're talking about, like, you know, they set this goal and then, oh my God, I messed up. What's happening there is, it's like, picture an apple tree, right? There was an apple seed that was planted, and then the apple tree grew. And what they're trying to do is change the apple for an orange, but on the same tree. And what a good coach would do is go work with the seed, take that seed out, plant the orange seed so that now they can get the other fruits. But most people, that's what they do. They try to change their actions to get a different result. They never change the seed. They never change that belief system. So yeah,
I like that.
Kudos to you, by the way, for recognizing that. And I love how vulnerable and honest you're being here. So thank you for that. Okay. So that wasn't for you. So then you're like, oh, now my passion is what? Affiliate marketing? Or did you go
honestly, at that stage, I was just trying to make money.
Gotcha.
because I was in a new country. I had a daughter, like I raised her by myself since we got here. I had no support, and like I needed money to support us, right? Like Australia is a very expensive country. It gives you everything, but it's an expensive country. And so at that point, I was just like trying to figure out a way to make money. Whatever works. And wow. I didn't try it for long. Like it was like a few months in a row where I was trying stuff. It wasn't working. And then eventually I quit that. I remember I went to Brisbane and I met some of my friends, my Romanian friends there, and they're both working in the Microsoft space and they're very successful. And they're like, why don't you do this? And that's interesting. Cause like it was ERP. It was literally what I studied. I was in uni for 10 years and I studied accounting for a very long time. And that's what I did in Romania. I'm like, I'll do that. And then I went after getting a job in the Microsoft space, and eventually I did it, and it was good. So I started making money. So goal achieved. There
you go. Why did you pick Australia? And by the way, for all you Americans who are listening, uni means university or college. Okay, I speak Romanian, and Australian. I'm like an expert. So Liz, how'd you pick Australia?
It's a funny story. I was following a lot of fitness coaches, and I was following Emily Sky, who lives in Gold Coast, Australia. I was following her on Snapchat probably 8 years ago. And one day she travels back from Sydney. She's on an airplane and she films Surfer's Paradise on Snapchat. And she's like, oh, so good to be back home. I was just like looking, oh my gosh, it looked amazing. I looked it up on Google. Emily Sky, I saw where she lived, Surfer's Paradise. I saw a photo of Google. It was amazing. Then I read more about Gold Coast, only over 300 sunny days per year. And I just said, I want to live there. I didn't know the implications of what that would mean, but I'm like, let's figure it out. And just like you said, right? I said, that's the goal. The visa was a bit of a nightmare because I failed. I had to take the IELTS, which is the English exam, multiple times to score as high as possible so that I can get a lot of points to qualify to get accepted immediately. Because even if you get qualified to be accepted to apply, you could be sitting on the list for years and never get accepted for the visa.
Wow. What a journey.
So it was.
So, I mean, you didn't think through like, okay, I got a baby, no support, no nothing. I'm just going.
Yes. pretty much.
I can't tell you how much I love that. Like, what is that? I mean, do you know how many people would not do that? Like,
I know.
you move states or cities. You moved like across the world.
And it's not even that I had in Romania a very good financial situation. My parents as well. So we ran the family business. I had everything. By the age of 30, I had a house, an apartment, cars, owned half the family business. So it's not like I was leaving because I don't have anything. I left from having everything to having nothing for a couple of years.
I'm shocked and impressed. And basically just because of the sunny days and the beach, is that the only thing that drove you?
Not just that, the society, the entire, like the first world country, everything. And I hadn't been here ever because everybody else was telling me, like, have you even visited Australia? I haven't. But I was right. Like the society, everything is so much, sunnier. People are happy, are nice. Everything just works, right? As long as you do your job, pay your taxes, live great. That's it.
Yeah. I love, I got a chance to work with Australian military in Afghanistan when I was serving. And those guys were the coolest dudes ever. Their Humvees had more weapons on them than we had on our helicopters. Like it was really, really cool. And just hearing their stories. So Aussies, they got my vote. Okay, very cool. So take me now to your current organization. How did you start it? Where did that idea come from?
I had the idea. So the idea came from when I was running my online fitness business. I had done this. So when I was running my online fitness business, I started building chatbots. I was in a mastermind. I actually bought a mastermind because I know your audience is very big on this. I bought a 1-year mastermind. I paid 10K, I think at that time. And I paid 10K for somebody to coach me through building an online business.
Whose mastermind was it?
The guy was called Lynn Trin.
Lynn Trin? I think I heard of it. Okay.
Yeah, he's amazing. He taught me a lot. One of the things that he taught me was chatbots. He told me one day, let's go figure out ManyChat, learn how to build chatbots, and do that to sell your course. And I did that. And I probably did that for quite a while. I never even realized, because at the point where I shut down my online business, I shut down all of my accounts, canceled everything. Years later, I go back, reactivate. It was so funny. I reactivated all my Zapier account, my ManyChat, everything was where I left them. And you know how everything connects. And I was looking for an idea that would allow me to build a business and be successful and make a difference, but at the same time that I liked it. And that was the one piece that I pulled from running my online fitness business for a couple of years, that I'm like, I like doing that, geeking out the automations. And I started doing that. At the same time, I educated myself further. So I started to teach myself AI with chatbots and just taking it to the next level, because I wasn't good enough. I was doing it at a very intermediate, not even intermediate, probably under intermediate level back in 2016, 2018. And so I had to figure out a way to make this a service that would position me. I have close to no competition right now, like with what I do. There are a few businesses out there that can be counted in my competition, but there's not a lot. And so that was my initial goal. How do I separate myself from everybody else? How do I get so good at this that even when people try to copy me, they're just not going to figure it out?
I love it. All right. So I checked you out on YouTube. I see a bunch of shorts that you do. You're a geek. I got to tell you, like, you're a geek. Like, you give some. Okay, if you want to increase engagement, you do this, connected to that, connected to this. I'm like, she's speaking Japanese. Like, I know before we got on here, I asked you, how many languages do you speak? And you said Romanian, English, Spanish, and I'm going to add Japanese because
and chatbot and
chatbot. Yeah. So, okay. So you're going to have to dummy it down for me. Okay. I'm not as smart as most other interviewers that you've been with. And, I want to do this through the lens of a coach. Okay. So I own the Goal Guide. I have a coaching group that's called Relentless Goal Achievers. I have a free community that's called, well, Relentless Goal Achievers Elite. I have a free community that's called Relentless Goal Achievers Community. And what I'd like to do is get more people into my paid group. Mm-hmm. So knowing that as a goal with your expertise, how could I use your service? How would you recommend that I use AI and the chatbot to help me do that?
You don't even need AI. So it's, I think AI at this point is overrated. Like what I'm doing right now is like over 90% is purely automation, but it's automation with a marketing insight into exactly what you said. We have a look, and we've mainly been working with e-commerce brands, DTC brands. We have a look at what they're doing right now, and how can we improve that, whether it's their acquisition process or lowering their cost per acquisition with chatbots. And so let me go back a little bit and explain what a chatbot is. And so if we're looking at Instagram DM and Facebook Messenger, what a chatbot is a fully automated back and forth conversation between you, your business, and an Instagram or Facebook user who may not even follow you just yet. So you can leverage your existing follower base, but at the same time, new followers who you can even bring them through paid traffic. I'm going to get to that in just a second regarding your Facebook groups. And so what happens is that you capture these users into conversations, automated conversations in the DMs. And that's where you decide, what do you want to do? Do you want to capture leads, their email address? Do you want to qualify them? Do you want to send them to join your group, and so on and so forth? And usually when you conceptualize something like this, you want to lead with value, like explain to them a little bit of what you do and how that could potentially help them.
What triggers the conversation?
There are multiple triggers. For Messenger has more functionality because Messenger automation has been around since 2016. Instagram has a little bit less, but it's catching up. And so every time somebody comments on your posts or reels or even Facebook ads, you could trigger an automated DM to be sent instantly.
Okay, so there would need to be a comment from somebody, and that triggers.
So they can initiate it by commenting on posts, by replying to your stories, by DMing you a specific keyword, even clicking a button. So, a link. Mm-hmm. And so that's how you could leverage a link and put it literally anywhere. A link that starts a Messenger conversation, and from within Messenger or Instagram, you can always send them. So when they're ready to join your group, that's when you prompt them to click here, and they're instantly inside of your group.
Okay. So as a coach, what would I put out there? Let's say I just have a story, right? Like, and maybe it's a poll. Let's just say it's a poll. Mm-hmm. What are the 3 things you do for your morning routine, right? And I might have like 6 of them or something along the lines.
Right.
Somebody checks that off. What do I say to them? Or
so it will be, let's say if we're talking a story, right? You'd put up a creative saying, DM me the word morning to download my 3 steps to achieving XYZ.
Oh,
they are, you want to keep them where they are. That's why we say people commenting on posts, because posts usually say, go check out the link in bio. Well, you're literally taking them away from the post. And so the fact that with the post, you're keeping them on the post itself and telling them comment, not only gets more visibility to that post because more people are commenting. Meta is going to show it to more and more people because people are commenting. But at the same time, they've commented and now you're instantly DMing them. So you're instantly taking them to the next step. They see the DM, they tap on it. So it's so new, people literally go and start the conversation. Now,
okay, so why would they? So let me ask you this really quick. The DM, do they have to be my friend? Because like if we're not friends,
not necessarily.
The DM goes not to like the primary, it goes to some other ones that.
So there are 2 ways to go about this. If they follow you, it's going to go into their primary inbox.
Okay.
If they don't follow, so that's why we have specific SOPs and swap copies around how to write the copy of the post. So the copy that we mainly use is, for example, let's say you run a giveaway. Let's say you run a giveaway and you put up a post and you say, tag 2 friends who inspire you below, then check your DMs to finish registering for the giveaway. Now they tag 2 friends who inspire them. Those friends come to your profile, see the same call to action. So, okay, I missed a step here. So the caption should say, step 1, follow our page. Step 2, tag 2 friends. Step 3, check your DMs.
Yes, okay.
And that's kind of, but even so, when they tag on the post, the chatbot also replies. So it's going to say, thanks for commenting. Check your DMs to finish registering for the giveaway. In brackets, also check your message request folder if you don't see our DM. So we're trying to cover everything, and then we take most of them into the DMs. And then most of those people land in the DMs, and then we tell them to register for the giveaway, type your email address below. And that's, you've instantly captured their email address, and now you have them on an own list that you can continue to re-engage over and over again.
Got it. Okay. What tools do you have that you offer to people to come into your world?
We've built everything. That's what I was saying. Because when I was running my online fitness business, I was building chatbots on ManyChat. ManyChat is one of the most popular chatbot software platforms out there. It has the most functionality. It's very good. What ManyChat is missing is a way to track revenue. So you can't know if people are buying, if they're not buying, if they're taking a specific action. And so on top of ManyChat, we've built our own revenue tracking system that sits on top of ManyChat and tells you in real time what they're doing. Are they buying? Are they not buying? It syncs with your email service provider as well, sends all of those emails to your email service provider. And now you know in real time if these users are taking your desired action. For example, you want to drive people, maybe you don't want to sell something in particular in the DMs just yet. You want to get them to join your community. If they haven't joined, if they click the button, if they haven't clicked the button or taken a specific action to go join your community, you can get your chatbot to follow up a couple of days later and say, here's what else I put together for you to help you on your journey. Just purely value education. You can drop videos of how to do this, how to achieve testimonials, work very good. And that's how you take somebody who has no clue who you are or what you're doing to educating them through this conversational process, and then eventually get them to take the action that you want them to take, whether that's buying something or joining your group or anything else.
Okay, so most of my landing pages and checkout pages are in Go High Level. And then I use Stripe as the payment processor. How would the chatbot or how would your software track sales?
Based on the email address. So we've tried a few different things over the last 3 years. And the best that we've found is by attributing sales back to the chatbot by using the email address. And that's because inside of a chat funnel that we built, we collect email addresses from anywhere between 92 to up to even 98% of these users, because we lead with value. They give us the email, we send it to the email service provider, and then past that point, based on that email address, our tracking system waits in the backend, waits for a purchase placed by that email address. And if that purchase doesn't come, it starts new conversations, educates more, answers questions, and so on.
Wow, that's pretty cool stuff. What was your what's your biggest aha moment when it comes to, like, after you learned these chatbots? What did you see that you were able to do? Like, was there a thought in your mind that, like, if I had this when I had my fitness coaching business, it would have taken off?
Yeah, well, when I got my first client on my agency, I had seen other people drive sales for their clients using chatbots, kind of knew the process in the back end. Like, overall, on the high level, I know what it's supposed to do. I'm just not sure that I'm gonna do it. And so I got my very first client, and I built the first chatbot, and it made 101 or 103K, something like that, in the first 3 weeks. And what
were they selling?
Supplements, fitness supplements, and a chatbot is not going to fix a bad product. So you have to have a good product. You have to have your ducks in a row, make sure that you sell something that people want. And, you have everything else in place. You're potentially running Facebook ads, email marketing, like you're doing all of the other things. You're just plugging in a chatbot now to capture people into these conversations and deliver a different experience. Educate them more, see what they want, and give them what they want, when they want it, how they want it. not just keep spamming them with the emails, flash sale today, flash sale today, flash sale today, where people know they're not expected to engage back, right? But with the conversation, they engage back. And everybody likes to talk about themselves, share interests. Hey, do you like this or do you like this? How old are you? What's your sun exposure? And so on and so forth. And that gets them so much more invested into the conversation and the product than, just a Facebook ad or an email.
So can you tell me the workflow there? Like what was the ad? What did you connect to the bot? Like who did they target? I want to geek out on this too.
So that one was, something very basic. The way that we do it now, because we've perfected it. We've tried a few different things, well, actually a lot of things over the last 3 years. Even with my very first clients, I was testing stuff out. And I remember one of my clients, my very first client, I keep taking ideas to him. And he's like, Liz, if this is going to make us more money or bring us more leads or automate more of this stuff, just go and do it. And some ideas didn't work, but a few of them worked really well. And that's what we've taken and we've scaled. And so the way that we would do it now would be to start re-engaging existing follower base via stories, posts, maybe even adding website buttons that trigger a DM to be sent. So potentially, if somebody lands on your website and they don't know what to choose, you would have a website button saying, take our recommendation quiz in Messenger. And then they tap it, a DM is sent, and then that conversation takes over from there. And so you have the stories as ways to capture people. You have posts, you have a website button. You can even send out regular email blasts to your non-purchasers right now. And past that point, you have paid traffic. And paid traffic, I'm not a Facebook ads expert, but paid traffic with chatbots has been absolutely killing it in the last 6 months. And it's just doing better and better. It's outperforming all of the other ads. Wow. ROAS-wise, cost per purchase. I literally have a client that's working with us right now. He bumped his ad spend from $100 to $1,000 a day right now because the chatbot ad outperforms everything else.
What's he selling?
Hair care products.
Okay. Wow, very cool. Have you seen any successful coaches using chatbots?
Oh yeah, a ton.
Can you help me understand like what their workflow is like?
I think with coaches, so the way that you would do it for coaches is you would want to capture people inside of a conversation and deliver a free resource. So how I would see it would be something along the lines, comment masterclass below, and I'll give you access to my upcoming free masterclass where I'm going to teach you this, and this. Or comment ebook below, and I'm going to DM you my 3 steps to achieve XYZ. The more valuable the piece of content you're willing to give away, the more you're going to get people to opt in. And so they comment and DM you, and that instantly triggers a DM back and forth conversation. First thing you want to do there as a coach, you want to get their email address. Very first thing, you don't want to let them progress to anything else unless you have their email address, because that's your own list, right? Even if you have 2 million followers, right, on Instagram, that is a rented audience. And so you don't own it. Anytime your account can go, but your email is something that you own. And so let's say you want to give them a free ebook, right? And you would lead with that. DM me the word ebook and I'll send you my 3. They DM you, and the conversation will look something like this. Hey, it sounds like you're here to download my 3 steps to achieve XY. Yes, please. Next step, great. Type your email address below, and I'll send it to you right now. They type it. Next stage, fantastic. Check your email in 5 minutes. Email actually goes out in 5 minutes. And then past that point, he's going to say, by the way, let me ask you a question. If you were to choose one thing that you would want to get out of, I don't know, a coach that would help your business in the next 3 months, what would that be? Like, I don't know, I want to drive more sales. I want to capture more leads. I want to build better relationships with my audience. I'm just going off the top of my head here. Great. And then they tap one of them. And then past that point, you're going to start building personalization. And so let's say you have three options. I want to drive more sales, I want to collect more leads, and I want to build better relationships with my audience, or all of the above. So you have four options they can choose. And now let's say they tap one option. As a coach, because I'm assuming as a coach, you're always out there on video, you can take this to the next level. Based on the four questions that for answers, whatever they choose, you will, prior to this, record 4 different short videos, like 5-second videos. So let's say they tap, I want to drive more sales. Next step in the conversation would be a video of you saying, got it. So you want to drive more sales. Make sense?
That's powerful.
And then you're going to say, I have something for you today, which I think might help you achieve that. Click below to join my free mastermind. And now you take them to a webinar. And obviously, if you have a high ticket, probably going to sell them over the webinar or get them on the call afterwards. But that's kind of how it goes. And then, if they don't join register for the webinar, a day later, you can get your chatbot to check, have they registered? If they haven't, follow up, answer more questions, give them something more resources.
Wow. So Grow AI, what are you guys doing? Like, what are you actually selling? Are you selling the done for you, creating every step of the way? Are you selling like some software in a box?
We've done for you for about almost 3 years. And so the done for you was fantastic. However, it's not scalable for me as an agency. And at the same time, like we've worked with such big brands over the last 2 to 3 years. We've realized that if we don't educate them around handling this channel, which turns into another channel like email or SMS. So like you have email marketing, SMS marketing, now you have chatbot marketing. Mm-hmm. That constantly changes based on your marketing calendar. And you can build tens of different chat funnels that take people through different paths that are separate. And so what we've realized is that if we do it for them, they will never know how to change it. We've had all of these big brands come back to us like, I want to change this here. I don't want to break it. So now we're not doing done for you anymore. We still have a few done for you clients, which we're wrapping up right now. And we've recently migrated to a hybrid done with you, where we're working with them, giving them everything, all of the SOPs, all of the swipe files, everything that we've learned, like what I've learned since 2016, it's only there. How to create, how to post, because it's not just about building a chatbot. Because if you build a chatbot and you have no traffic to it, it's like a website with no traffic. They're not going to make much, right? So it's about how do you capture more people? Like we had a client, they were getting, when they started with us, they were getting a month between Instagram and Facebook, they were getting 1,500 DMs. After they started with us in the first month, they got 23,000.
Wow. What did that do to their sales?
140K in sales in the first 30 days extra, just for the chatbot.
No, that is great. And by the way, we're talking about, giving something of value real quick. There's going to be a link down here. What I created is called the Relentless Goal Achievers Arsenal. It's pretty cool. And in there are a ton of downloads and really cool things that are available for you to grow your business. Kind of like an ebook on how to sell using the DISC model, how to identify different personalities. Martha Krejci, who was on the show, she gifted us 90 days of content in 90 minutes. And it's a 90-minute video of how to create content. Now, Martha makes over $1 million a month in affiliate marketing and her home-based revolution. All that is in the arsenal and it's all free. So make sure you check out the link below. And by the way, Liz, if you have a lead magnet that you'd like to donate,
I do.
Branded with you, what do you have? What are you going to give to our folks?
The 5 steps of creating Facebook and Instagram chat systems that sell like crazy organically.
I love it.
I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah, no. So that's going to be in there. I'm so excited. I love getting gifts like this and adding value to people. And yeah, so that's great. Liz, what should I ask you that I have not asked you yet?
Well, you've asked some very compelling questions, I guess.
Wait, has this been the best interview? I told you when we got on, I said, this will be the best interview you've ever been on.
It's very good.
It's very good.
Very good.
You gotta make it. We might have a part 2 so I can sharpen up my interviewing skills. I'm having fun with you. You know what? You know what I love most of all is just the amount of risks you took to get to where you are. Holy shit, to go from Romania to Australia as a mom of a mom of a little daughter, and just because you like the picture. That's like, you're so
And the
eagle,
sun.
it's not even funny. Like, you are the epitome of eagle. And every time you get an idea, you just go for it. I love that. I love
That's
that
the only
about
way
you.
to get it. That's the only way to get it, to go for it, not talk about it.
Yeah, but do you know how many people don't go for it?
Yeah, you're right. But
Yeah.
because I think, okay, you asked me what you haven't asked me. Maybe this year's challenge. There's a challenge in every step. Like my partner says, new levels, new devils. So every level that I hit, like this year, for example, my biggest challenge was building a team. Because I'm Eastern European, and I did not think that I could build not necessarily a team, but a culture. And we're all scattered, like we're on 4 continents. So everything is remote, right? And so early this year, I started hiring, and I hired and I fired. And I listened to one of Alex Hormozzi's videos, like, you have to learn how to fire faster. And that stuck with me. But it's been 8 months, and I have a team of 9 now. So we're 9, and I'm pretty proud of it. But it was a bit of a journey, these 8 months of me personally learning how to manage a team, how to build the culture, like even the little things like the shout outs. How do you appreciate everybody? How do you make everybody feel appreciated? Train them to be better without putting them down, and even letting go of what I do, because I'm very, like, I want to do everything right now. And I see somebody, a client, sending a message in Slack, and I'm like, just want to send a voice, like, now, where's everybody else? They take a little bit longer to do it. So my struggle is to let them start to pick up, whereas I have to step back, because the more the company is dependent on me, the less valuable it's going to be in the future, right? So I can't keep doing that. So that's a work in progress, which I'm hoping I'm going to get better by end of year. But
so what have you done so far in order to create the culture?
I've listened, I've consumed everything that Leila Hormozzi puts out. And one of the best things that I've done was incorporating a shout outs Slack channel. We have feedback Fridays where everybody shout outs, give kudos. We give coins, which is actually money that they can exchange for Amazon gifts and stuff like that. Regular meetings throughout the week, daily meetings, pretty much, one-on-ones, regular with me, so that I make sure that I hear them. I understand what they're going through, where they're stuck, and how I can potentially make their job easier. Because especially when you build a team, you don't know exactly, there's no path, like, just do this. It's like everything changes almost from day to day, and you have to adjust based on how things change and make decisions in real time. I don't always know if the decisions that I make are the right ones, but you got to make decisions in order to move forward.
You're such an eagle. Okay. Yeah, no, I love that. Most of these folks that you got on your team, what roles are they? Are they more technical or sales roles?
Yeah, so I have 4 that are technical. I have 2 on marketing and 2 on sales.
Got it. How are they doing?
Amazing. They're doing great. Especially recently, I hired a sales guy, a closer, and he is absolutely killing it. I think one of the biggest lessons that I learned by hiring him is that I have to stop hiring people and training them up. I have to start hiring people who are a lot more smarter than I am in that specific subject, like sales or marketing. And because I know you said you saw some of my recent videos, I started a 60-day challenge of posting content like 30 days ago. And I'm halfway through it. And I don't see me keeping doing it. So I hired a video editor and a social media agency, and hopefully next week they take over and they do a better job than I do.
Well, your videos are your videos, whether people watch them or not, the one thing I get out of them is that you're an expert in the field. They portray that. You know what you're talking about. At least,
Yeah.
that's what I got out of it.
Yeah.
So kudos. You said they're on 4 continents. Where are your people at?
Canada, the States, Latin America. Oh, hold on. Now we have Philippines, Thailand, and I'm in Australia. So is that 4 continents? That's 4. Yeah.
I was like 7 to me, but okay. Awesome. Liz, it was such a pleasure to have you on. Where can people find you? Oh, and by the way, before I let you go, what is the what's the price range for Grow AI?
We're not cheap. Let me just say that.
Good.
But when people come on to work with us, we give them a 30-day money back guarantee. So the way that I've built this program is that if somebody comes in and works with us and they don't get results, then they're going to get their money back, provided they've implemented, obviously, all of our strategy and everything. Mm-hmm. But depending on the business size that starts to work with us, they're going to see probably in the first 30 days, at the worst case scenario, they're going to make their money back. At the best case scenario, they're going to see around a 7x ROAS. Depends on how big the brand is, because there's only so much you can drive as a business based on your existing traffic. Like if you only have 5,000 followers on Instagram, it's likely going to take you a little bit longer to blow that up with chatbots, because ultimately you're going to have to start driving some form of paid traffic to get more people into this ecosystem and convert them, right? But if you already have like 1 million followers on Instagram or 500,000, that's just easy. It's just low-hanging fruit of us just teaching you. You're taking all of our swap files and our templates and our expertise, plugging into your business in probably 3 days. It can be deployed in 3 days and start to see results. And by results, I mean, you're going to start to see results literally overnight. Whether that's collecting, 1,000 leads or starting driving sales, you're going to see results overnight.
Wow. Okay. So what's the range?
It's a 5-figure price point.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you got to contact Liz to figure that out. Where can people reach you?
They can go to getgrowai.com.
Okay.
And if somebody wants to speak to us, they can also book a call with one of my team members there. And they're going to walk them through exactly what it looks like, what happens in the back end, what they get, and basically create a mini strategy for their business. Because the thing is that each business is different, right? So somebody comes to us and they're like, I have nothing. There's only so much you can do with what you have. So we're going to be transparent and tell them exactly we can help you or we can't help you, and potentially direct them to something else. There are also ways to start with this without our help. So if somebody wants to start with chatbots, they can simply go to manychat.com, create an account, start kicking this off with whatever ManyChat has as free resources. So that's absolutely doable. That's how I started in 2016.
Love it. Liz, thank you. So how can people reach you and where?
So if they go to getgrowai.com, that's our website, or they can find me on Instagram, liziana.carter, or LinkedIn, Liziana Carter, or like everywhere. If you look up Liziana Carter, it's probably going to pop
Liziana Carter. Love it. Thanks, Liz. Thanks for being here. And hey, thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to get into the Facebook group so we and you can connect. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.